Welcome to the DAZN Boxing Show presented by AutoZone. I'm Chris Mannix. He is the former junior middleweight champion, Sergio Mora. And Sergio, we have a great junior middleweight fight on Saturday. Your weight class, where you won your world title a little bit differently than two of these guys fight. These are two bangers. Vergil Ortiz against Serhii Bohachuk. 45 wins between these two guys. 44 of them have come by knockout. I don't know why we weren't talking about these two guys getting together before, but I'm sure glad they're doing it now. This is going to be a great fight.
What's that word you use? Slobber knocker?
Slobber knocker.
I don't know what it means, but it just sounds sloppy. This isn't going to be a sloppy fight. It's going to be an explosive fight between two big punchers that have each other's number, I would say, because Vergil Ortiz isn't the best defensive fighter. I mean, he's been hit before with right hands by Igis Kavalauskas. That's the punch that Bohachuk has, a big right hand. He's very patient. I mean, he's a scary fighter because everything's on one speed. He doesn't get carried away. He doesn't overpunch. Every punch, he doesn't load up with speed or nothing. It's just timing. He has that natural heavy-handed power. This is going to be a fight where I could see both of them getting hurt, maybe both of them getting dropped. It's a type of fight where the fans are going to win. I'm going to lean it towards Ortiz, but wow. This is, I mean, why put this fight right now if it's for a world title? That's what I would say.
You know, every part of me wants to say Vergil Ortiz finds a way to get the job done, right? Like, we've seen him do it time after time, even as the competition, especially welterweight, was picking up. But I look at Bohachuk, and I see a guy that for most of the last, 8 years or so, has been 154 pounders. So this is his weight class. He is comfortable at 154. And if not for that one loss to Brandon Adams on his resume, he might be the same guy as Vergil Ortiz. Might look at him as the exact same way. In fact, he might have a world title by now. And that loss, if you go back to it, he was up against Brandon Adams before he got caught in the 8th round with a big left hand that changed the entire course of that fight. So, you know, it was also during the pandemic as well, which is another maybe, thing that goes into that, and thinks maybe that could have been a mitigating circumstance there. So there's a big part of me that wants to say that Bohachuk is going to pull off the upset here. But I go back to something that Vergil told me recently. These two guys sparred together a lot. So Vergil Ortiz knows what he's getting into with Bohachuk. I don't know how much you put into that, but when a guy takes a dangerous fight with a guy that he has sparred against in the past, that sometimes tells me he knows something about his opponent.
No, he knows something, but so does Bohachuk.
Yeah.
So Bohachuk's not going to be surprised by the heavy hands of Vergil Ortiz. I mean, this is a type of fight where I could see both of them going down, or both of them getting seriously hurt, but it doesn't go the distance. Just way too much power. Bohachuk, the thing about him is, when he lost to Brandon Adams, and Adams is an exceptional fighter. I remember from the contender fight.
Former contender champion.
Winning the contender and coming up short against Charlo. Charlo wasn't able to stop him. Charlo was stopping everybody. So he can fight, he has power, and he has consistency. So that's why I have to knock off Bohachuk a little bit to win this fight. But if it wasn't for that loss, I would say, man, I'm with you. I would probably pick him in this fight because he's just longer, he's taller, he has that right hand, and that pressure is just, it's a different type of pressure than Ortiz. Ortiz is menacing with his pressure. Every punch he's trying to knock you out. This guy's real calm with his pressure, kind of like Paul Williams, or like a Kelly Pavlik, actually. Like a Kelly Pavlik. He's menacing, but very patient. Everything's really boom and consistent, and next thing you know, guys are going down. It's going to be a tremendous fight.
I wonder how Ortiz takes that power at junior middleweight, because he's had 2 fights at 154. They have gone a total of less than 2 rounds, right? Like the Frederick Lawson fight went nowhere. Thomas Delorme was toast after 1 round. Bohachuk's going to last a lot longer. I think we're going to see what Vergil Ortiz is made of in this fight when he goes up against the real junior middleweight puncher like Bohachuk. I think he gets it done, but I think it's a very competitive fight until the very end. All right, so early this week, we were at the Canelo Edgar Berlanga press tour in Los Angeles. 2 super middleweights fighting for Canelo's 3 belts, the 3 belts that he still has at 168. What I took away from this press tour, Sergio, was that Berlanga seems very aware of all the criticism that's around him, right? Like, there's so many people out there that say he doesn't deserve it, he's got to get knocked out early. Not just fans or media, but like his peers. Like David Morrell's out there mocking the fight. David Benavidez is mocking the fight. Caleb Plant is mocking the fight. Like, he's getting it from all sides here. And being around Edgar Berlanga, I get the sense that he's absorbing all that. Is that a good thing? Like, do you want to use all that negativity as fuel going into a fight, or can it be, kind of a distraction?
How much time do I have here? Because Edgar Berlanga is one of those guys that will let you know what he's thinking. He's an emotional fighter, so I don't think it's good for him. He has that Mike Tyson quality. Maybe it's that New York thing where they can't handle that criticism. They can't compartmentalize the criticism and the training and being a professional. That's going to work against him. That's going to work against Berlanga. It's going to work in the favor of Canelo. That's why in the stare off when they were looking at each other's eyes, Canelo's just looking at him like. Man,
isn't there like a big brother element to this? Like
you'll
this?
see.
Yeah.
Because it is a big brother thing. Because Canelo's been there, done that. All that wolfing, the size is not going to matter. Canelo's been there with Kovalev and Callum Smith, guys that are way bigger. Canelo's been there, done that. You can't do nothing. You know how you intimidate Canelo? Staying quiet, staying respectful. That probably would actually throw him off a little longer. But Berlanga doing all that. Look, I wish him the best. He has the power, but I don't think power is enough. Power doesn't scare Canelo. Speed does. Jabs do. Footwork. Berlanga doesn't bring that to the table.
And I think Canelo's coming in here to have a quick night at the office. Like, I was talking to him this week, and one thing I asked him was, like, this theory that's out there that Canelo let Jaime Munguia off the hook during that fight. They let him finish the fight when there were multiple opportunities to knock him out, including in the 12th round, when it looked like he held him up. And Canelo gave me this smile and pretty much admitted to it. Said, you know, I like Jaime Munguia. I didn't want to see his career messed up over this fight. I wanted to see him get to the finish line. He doesn't feel the same way about Edgar Berlanga.
No.
I think Canelo's coming into this fight to take Edgar Berlanga's head off. And I think for Berlanga, the big question is, how does he absorb that early power? Because you can spar big guys all you want. You can fight at a lower level all you want. But until you get in there with the kind of power and speed possessed by Canelo Alvarez, you just can't replicate it.
No, I'm with you with Munguia and Canelo, but you know he didn't want to knock out a fellow countryman, a guy that he was beating handily. But you can bet that he's going to want to knock out a New York Rican that definitely knows how to talk and brings power to the table as well. He just doesn't bring anything else as far as resume or anything else that's going to give issues to Canelo. I think this is going to be a fight that ends early. Chris Maddox. I think it's a type of fight where Canelo's going to want to make a statement, and he's probably going to make a statement because, I'm with a lot of people and a lot of the critics. He doesn't deserve this fight, but hey, neither did Avni Yildirim. Neither did so many other guys that won the golden ticket that is Canelo. So look, credit to Edgar Berlanga, his team, Keith Conley doing an amazing job getting everyone paid. Hey, more power to anybody, all right? I'm for it. Let's make it happen.
I just want to see Edgar Berlanga go out there and put up a good fight. If you get knocked out, you get knocked out.
Go out on your shield.
Absolutely.
Go out on your shield, Berlanga.
Go out on your shield. Well, great fight coming up this weekend with Ortiz and Bohachuk. A month later on DAZN again. Canelo Alvarez, Edgar Berlanga.